Here is a quick video on PlayTV on a fat PlayStation 3 running firmware 4.91. So first of all, for those who are not familiar, there's a PlayStation box there. You can just see the PlayStation symbol. Basically that's just got a coax cable coming in from it, into it from the aerial, and a USB cable coming out of it, which goes into the front of the PlayStation, which I think from memory it's the one on the right hand side there. Sorry, my camera keeps going out of focus. So if we turn it on, I'll position my camera in front of the TV now. If we turn the PlayStation on, so there we go, coming out of standby. That should come up on the TV in a minute. Just wait for the cross media bar to populate, and there we go. Right, it's starting to come up now. Hard drive still whizzing away, but you can see down here we have Play TV as an option. So I'll just let the hard drive catch up. That's about now. Okay, so if I press OK on that to start up Play TV, this is then what Play TV looks like when it boots up. So I'm going to do two tests here. There we go. So my finding is with firmware 4.91, if you boot up Play TV,
you're welcome,
and just start watching something, everything works. There's a Big Bang Theory.
Flip-flops. Dangerous to drive in flip-flops.
Or you can go to the guide, see what's on television just now. But if I quit out of it, so home menu and then quit Play TV. Yes, I want to quit. And then it comes back out Play TV. And it does it perfectly well. Eventually. And it should come back to the cross media bar menu. There it is. Back to the cross media bar menu. No problems at all. Everything's working. I've got no issues with the way that works right now, but that was with leaving Play TV only running for a minute. If I now go back in again, and you'll just have to believe that this is the same whether I left it on the first time or in this case leaving it on the second time, but if I boot it back up again, I'll turn the volume down a bit because it's a bit loud when I'm trying to talk over it. Where's my TV remote? Here we go. Just bring the volume down a bit so it's not so loud. This time what we'll do is we'll put it onto something, or we'll flick through some channels, and what you'll find eventually is that it freezes. So let's pick something innocuous. I don't know, doesn't really matter what we pick really. Trying to pick something that's not going to get into trouble on YouTube, which is easier said than done. But you can see we've got lots of channel choices. It's all Freeview, of course, is in the UK. I believe that Play TV was available all over Europe and Australia. And there's the BBC News. Let's put the BBC News on. That's fairly innocuous. So we'll just leave that running. It's not going to be very interesting watching the news, but eventually what should happen is, I found that after about 3 minutes of starting up Play TV, it basically just freezes. And at that point, the PlayStation is in a crashed position, and you'll see what happens when I boot out Play TV to come back out of that. Just have to bear with me. Should only be a few minutes anyway. Got some interesting news topics to entertain yourself with until this happens. I'm not sure if this was an issue in 4.9 or even 4.89, I will admit. I don't think it was an issue back at 4.88, but my memory is difficult to serve me with in that period of time. But I know that at some point, this happened years ago, Sony messed it up with a firmware update and then had to release a new updated firmware again fairly quickly after that, within a few weeks or something like that, I think it was, which then fixed that issue and returned PlayTV back to working order again. So this issue now present is very similar to, I think, that one from memory, albeit that that was quite a few years ago now. So I'm sure they'll never fix this, which is a real shame, because I would prefer to have been left with a PlayStation with everything working as intended before they decided to bring about end of its life. So I guess if I wanted to have PlayTV working fully again, I would have to roll back the firmware version to an earlier version at some point. And that forces me then to go down the custom firmware route, which Sony don't want people to do. So it would, there we go. You see that? I've not pressed pause or anything like that. It's just completely frozen now, and it'll stay like that forever more after. So using the remote here, circle, triangle, cross, square, none of them do anything, can't do anything. Left, right, up and down, diagonals, D-pad, nothing works. If I press the PlayStation home button, I can still bring up the cross media bar menu, and it gives me the option to quit. So if I quit, and then I won't talk so you can listen, and you can see what it does itself this time differently from last time. So I'm saying quit, yes. Beep, beep, beep. And now the PlayStation is rebooting itself. There you go. So that is the functionality of PlayTV that we've been left with. Again, this is in 4.91. I suspect that this was the same in 4.9 and 4.89, but I can't be sure at any time before that. So there we go. That's about it. And I can show you, I can still shut down the system. No problem at all. This is back to shut down. There we go. My introduction to PlayTV on firmware version 4.91.